going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Far Rock 22, aka Infamous Owen, Infamous_Owen on IG. Right now, I'm reporting live from Queens. Actually, this part is saying, basically farmers in Linden. But today, this is not a hood post. This is actually a 420 post. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do no blogs about Bud like that, but today we're gonna talk about Bud. And this shit been on my mind for like the last couple of weeks to do a blog like this. But I've been noticing that, anybody who's been smoking for like, say, since the year like 2003 or the early 2000s, I've been noticing that weed ain't the same no more. It's not fun no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody who been smoking since back then knows that weed ain't it no more. I mean, it's cool. I like it. You know what I'm saying? But on some real shit, there was a time that weed had categories. You know what I'm saying? It had categories to your budget. It had categories to your taste. Everything. Like, be honest with you, all the weed, most of the weed look the same. It has that same kind of taste. Like that lemon cherry gelato taste, or that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got that taste. You know what I'm saying? And now the only difference with the bud these days is which hits harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time when you knew what you got when you got it. You know what I'm saying? Every bud came with like a name, and it's like, if you knew who you was getting it from, for the most part, the name was official. The characteristics was official. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when a lot of people, if this was back in the days, a lot of people would probably still be smoking regular right now. Not that it's a bad thing, it's just that that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Unless you was feeling yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You want to feel a little special. There were some people who only smoke black. Now, anybody who know black, that chocolate back in the days, that's like a New York thing. I don't think they really had chocolate in other states like that. I never seen chocolate outside of New York. But there were some people that just smoked chocolate. There were some people that just smoked regular. There were some people that just smoked Ari. And then you had the ballers. You know what I'm saying? The ones that dealt with exotics. See, now back then, you wasn't getting clowned for smoking anything other than exotics. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody couldn't afford exotics back then. See, now, that's why it's a good thing times have changed. But then again, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not fun no more because we're so immune to this exotic shit right now. It's like nothing really hits like that. A lot of us had a diet on regular. So you smoking regular all day, and then you smoke something different like exotic, some skunk. Like, even if you had some skunk back then. Skunk was like the prequel to sour diesel. You know what I'm saying? Because I think sour diesel has skunk genetics in it. So you didn't need sour or any of that stuff to really get you where you needed to go. You know what I'm saying? But I just say that because when you smoke back then, like, the weed had you happy. It's been a while since I laughed off a bud. You know what I mean? Like, laughed hard, watched the movie, just giggling, laughing and shit. Your homeboy say some stupid shit and you just laughing. I haven't got that in a long time. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of this bud right now just make you couch lock. You know what I'm saying? And it really is like an excuse. Like, people could really say weed make you lazy now. There was a time when you wanted to smoke before you just did anything, and you were smoking, go out and go handle your business. Now you smoke a little bud, you be figuring out excuses not to do shit. You try to put it off for the next day. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who knows, who can keep it real, would know that. So I also believe the way the weed is grown these days, and you know what I'm saying, like how it's grown, how's it like cloned, everything. I think it has a lot to do with it. See, a lot of the bud we was getting back in the days was like grown in Mexico. So that means that it was probably grown as natural as it can be. You had real live soil, real live seeds, and I believe that even the seeds of the weed have a lot to do with something, because seeds are life. So think about it, right? A lot of the bud we had live seeds in it. You could take a seed out and grow that shit. You know what I'm saying? That means that there was something living in the weed. There was some life to your weed. So when you smoked it, you had a different type of feeling. Now, everything we smoking is just dead. It's grown in dead lights, LEDs, You know what I'm saying? Not even sun grown, not even soil. Everything is grown in hydroponics, is water, just giving it nutrients. You know what I'm saying? But give me a second. I'm about to jump on the bus and I'm gonna continue this. Yeah, I'm back again. All right, so what I was saying earlier was, yeah, a lot of stuff is just fed the nutrients. It's not in the soil. And I think a lot has to do with that when it's grown. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really nothing natural about it. It takes away from everything natural. So, like I was saying, man, a lot of weed is not grown in the sun, not grown in the soil. You know, it's in a controlled environment. It's just that it's not growing wild like it should. So I think that had a lot to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, and we didn't play around with weed. Like, even the prices was different back then. You know, everybody couldn't just smoke. And I like when it was a small community. Not everybody and their mama smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess that's all right. But before, I remember it was an outcast kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wasn't smoking weed. They'll look at you like a weirdo. But the weed heads in the room, we all knew each other. We could look at each other and be like, I got Dutch. You know what I'm saying? And somebody got some buzz, something. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a nice community. Now everybody's in this community. This shit is gentrified. You know what I'm saying? But that's all right. I guess it's for the better. You know, yeah, man. Like, even the varieties, man. Like I said, man, I think a lot of people don't understand that every weed had its own identity. Excuse me. Everything had its own characteristics. Every weed had a different smell. A different smell, different look. You just knew what it was if you knew your shit. So now, like I said, everything tastes the same. I don't think people will really know that feeling of, like, you know what I'm saying, when you in a social gathering, a party, you know what I'm saying, club, pool hall, wherever, barbecue, wherever people are indulging in weed. Most of the time, everybody will be smoking regular. But I don't think a lot of people know. Y'all would never know that feeling. A lot of people know the feeling, but now y'all will never know that feeling of when everybody in the room is smoking regular and you just come in there quietly and you light up that haze blunt and watch the whole party or whole gathering. Everybody just start looking around to see who got it. You know what I'm saying? Even the chicks want to get next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like the best feeling, because for what I know, when I went out, I made sure I had some exotic with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to stand out. Smoking regular was cool, but I know that haze, that should put the whole, that put the whole room at attention. You know what I mean? Wherever you at, as soon as you light that haze, as soon as you take that first 2 pulls, blow it in the air, everybody's looking like, yo, who got that? Who got that? Instant sale. And I always used to make sure I brought extra. It's solo for double. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of smokers now couldn't tolerate getting a bag of exotics that's a .4 for $10. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't in a lot of people's budget. Motherfuckers waited for their birthday or special occasions to do that. You know what I'm saying? They wait till they hit their number on the lotto to go buy some haze or something like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wasn't doing that. It was very expensive. A dub was a .7. You know what I'm saying? You see how fancy y'all getting, trying to throw 3.5s in y'all backwoods and, you know, trying to show off and all that, because you are showing off. You don't need that much damn weed to get high. Trust me, you don't. You really don't. But y'all show off and waste weed. Back then, you wouldn't dare do no shit like that. You wouldn't dare roll up a 3.5. You wouldn't dare. Some people wouldn't even slap a whole 20 in a blunt. They'll roll up half of it. Yeah, my phone started to ring on that last one before I cut it. So, yeah, I'm in Far Rockaway right now. I'm actually Beach 22nd Street, New Haven, where the real hustlers of Far Rockaway come from. But yeah, so as I was saying, back then, some people didn't even put a dub in their whole blunt. Some people did. I know people who did, like, you know, you feeling yourself. But for the most part, you bought a dub, which was like a .7, .8 or some haze. Man, you probably smoke half of it straight, and you probably mix the other half with some good regular. And it still tasted the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, the exotic overpowered everything. So whatever you mix the exotic with, that's what that blunt was. So you could have mixed a little bit of haze with some green, and guess what? You got a haze blunt. That's how it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was good back then. It was more organic. I don't know what's going on now, but like I said before, it's not fun no more. Before we was trying to get like a smooth blunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you roll up nice. We wasn't looking for no harsh weed or no harsh hit. Now, everybody's concerned with how good that blunt be punching. That's what people looking for. The weed could be bad. As long as the blunt punch, as long as the grab and all that, or the Fonto hit, that's all that matters to some people. Before, we wanted a smooth blunt that you took like a pull or two, and you was good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't want to cough, and when you was coughing, you knew chances are that was some good shit. So, I was just saying, like, it's not the same no more. You know what I'm saying? It's very different. And the culture is just saturated. It was cool. I still indulge a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I mess with the edibles more now. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'm glad in New York that the laws lighten up. You know what I'm saying? Because, a lot of people is just not going to jail for weed before, like they used to. Like, I remember back then, man, a nickel bag was sending you and your team to jail. You know what I'm saying? You would catch a case off of weed. Now, it's a little lax. These kids don't need to go through that. But we did. You know what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of people wasn't messing with it. Because they already knew, like, you get caught with a nickel bag, you're going to be doing 24 hours in the bookings. No question about that. If the cop was having a nice day, you might get a desk appearance, but you're still catching the case off of it. Now, you know what I'm saying, you could blow weed in the cop's face and they can't do nothing about it. So, but I just want to say, like, the way it is versus back then, I'd say back then, it was just much better. Now you got all kind of strains, and if you find a strain that you like, it's not going to last long. It's going to be on the market for, say, maybe about half a year, and that's it. You ain't going to find it no more. Like, whatever happened to the Oreos, the cookies and creams, them flavors of 2018. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think that was like the last real good batch of bud that we got, was like that 2017, 2018 weed. You know what I'm saying? That's when we had the peanut butter breaths, the real gelatos, the real Girl Scout cookies. Like, where are those? At least those had distinct tastes and different, characteristics. Now, like I said, everything is the same. Everything. You know what I'm saying? You could argue with me. You could get on the post like, yo, you bugging. Your tolerance is high. Man, I knew people with high tolerance back then that was getting high off of the weed we had back then. So something got to be different. You know what I'm saying? Something got to be different. Like, right now, you have to have some super duper OD good weed in order for that shit to move you. But if you don't, you're just getting a buzz. And it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people ain't getting high like that. Because I remember when I used to smoke regular. And I was smoking regular for years back then. And I could still smoke a blunt, let's say before work or something like that. And I'd be high, like maybe 2 hours into work, not to mention the travel that I took there, because most of the time I work in the city. Most of the times I got to travel to work. So if I blow it down, I'm getting high for the ride and a little bit of work. And you know what? I used to be high halfway into my shift. Now, you know what I'm saying? Basically, if I get high in the morning or if I smoke in the morning, I'm just getting high for the ride. If that, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same. It's not the same. I don't know if it's my tolerance, but I doubt it's that. But hey, who knows? But I just wanted to, touch up on this. It's probably going to be more 420 topics. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. You can donate to the Cash App, Sandman O. I always have the Cash App in the description. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever. I'm trying to get these hours up because, I got my subscribers, but, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the watch time hours up. And, and I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been on here for a while because I've been under the weather. I had COVID a couple of weeks ago, so I just been, trying to get back into the thing. I've been working and stuff like that, but I'm here and I'm back again. I'm here to stay. So, get at me. Let me know what y'all think. And maybe some of y'all may agree, some of y'all may not agree, but let me know what y'all think in the comments. Peace out.